This might be kind of interesting to watch because I'm walking up now in an area that, as you can see, has been burned by an early fire. There's ash on the ground. Some of these grasses have been burned completely, others have not. On the ground, though, you can see there's many new green shoots of grasses that have just popped up. This was an early burn set as a preventative fire to prevent fire from jumping into the agricultural fields, which are at my back as I walk towards the fire now. And the fire is actually burning through an area where this early preventative burn in fact died out as it reached the moister grass. So you can see here, this area has not been burned, right? And the fire behind it now is beginning to burn through these dry grasses. It's headed directly towards me, and I'm going to stand here and film it while it burns through this area and into the area that experienced the early burn, so that hopefully you can get an idea of how an early burned area can stop a fire. Okay, so here we are. You can see the fire burning. It's a nice, cool season day here. Off in the distance there are the agricultural fields. You can see the flames now burning up pretty high through the dry, fallow grasses. And they're coming up right in front of me now. But as you should be able to see in a moment, as we back up just a little bit to get out of the heat from the flame, we're going to reach this area that's already burned, and they should go out. And they'll certainly die down. So the flaming front is pretty hot. I'm standing only about, maybe 8-10 feet away from the fire now. But as you can see, as it reaches an area that's already burned, it's just going to lay right down and die out. And what it leaves behind it is kind of an interesting pattern. You can see here the area in the forefront that hasn't been burned, right? This is the area where we see new lush green leaves popping out of the trees. There's new grass shoots popping up, getting that nitrogen fix from the ash from the past fire. These are grazed by cattle and other wild animals. And as you can see, as the fire burns up to the edge of the area that was not previously burned over by the early fire, or more appropriately, where the early fire burned itself out and died down in an area that was too moist to burn, now the flaming punch is reaching that point and it's dying out. But there's quite a contrast between the two burned areas. On the left-hand side, again, you see an area that was burned earlier, maybe several weeks, probably a month ago. And then on the back side, you can see an area that is just burned now. And there's quite a contrast in the difference. And there you go. Aniche! Yeah, Kenny! Any butter? Any tasma? Hey! Never got tasma filming? Kalaje? They got tasma? Mogo bean? I never mogo yet. Neck killing the bean. That's my big ass. Eredro. Tratila. Any butter? Nebora para jelly.